keep up. Alexandra Cranford tracking everything heat related. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, we either get the days where it's hotter and we're getting to mid-90s with a ton of heat and less rain, or we have the days where we have the rain and it does help out with the heat. Right now, as of today, we're looking for a little bit on the hotter side, and actually that huge chunk of the U.S. also looking at those heat advisories, or the hot pink are those extreme heat warnings. Here we are under the lesser but still something significant heat advisory for our orange shaded areas, with a heat index up to 110 expected this afternoon. So far, our temperatures actually aren't quite as bad as they could be. You could say some of us at least still in the upper 80s at noon. I've seen our temperature at noon already hop to 92s and 93s. Now, a couple of you are saying that, but it could be a little bit more intense, I think, even at the noon hour. And the feels like temperature could certainly be a bit worse than these 99s and 100s along the South Shore. Now, it is higher at Mandeville, and interesting to see that temperature, the feels like, click way down over at Gonzales. It was running a little higher even just a few minutes ago. Right now, we're at 89 in New Orleans. We have the clouds billowing up. Our feels like temperature around 100. So even though maybe it could be worse, you could say it's still hot. It's still humid out there. And we don't have a lot of relief from any sort of rain. The couple of small downpours that we do have are actually out over the Gulf. So we'll see if they can make it towards St. Bernard and Plaquemines Parish, but we're leaving that higher rain chance that we had yesterday behind, as that has now moved off to the west and is more benefiting Houston and southeast Texas with some showers and some cooling rain than it is here. We do have a chance of rain today. It's about 20 or 30%, so you might luck out and get a downpour here or there to cool you off. 5 p.m. still maybe a bit of rain around, but you can see not very impressive as far as rain amounts for today or rain coverage. Now, moving into tomorrow morning, something interesting we've been picking up on is this model at least, and at least one other, has this collection of storms, some showers and thunderstorms moving toward us in the morning. That was 7 a.m. This is 9 a.m. So we'll see if this holds together and does pan out. But it appears we may get that higher rain chance maybe in the morning tomorrow, followed by potentially a somewhat quieter afternoon. So this could be 2 p.m. with a few spotty showers and storms, and then on towards 6 p.m. tomorrow, any rain likely wrapping up. Today, though, just really hot, I think, for most of us. We'll have a couple of those showers and storms, but highs could touch about 95. Your planner for the rest of the day, making it to middle 90s likely in a lot of spots, and then moving through the 80s later on. The feels like temperature, this is why the heat advisory has been put into place. When it gets to 108 plus in the forecast, that's when they issue a heat advisory, just because it's pretty hard on your body to do things strenuous outside. You'll want to take breaks, dress cool, stay hydrated with lots of water and so forth. And then our feels like temperature even this evening, stuck in the 90s, as air temperatures eventually do move through the 80s, and lows tonight north and south of the lake expected in the 70s. Our chance of rain goes up a little bit tomorrow for that higher rain chance we were talking about in the morning, and then Friday, and it fluctuates a little bit but stays a bit higher as the big heat central, that high pressure heat center, starts to break down, and we actually see a little upper low pressure over the extreme southeast U.S. Interesting to see, though, by this weekend, some of the models do have a bit of high pressure kind of building back into our part of the Gulf Coast. So we will see. Hurricane season, our outlook now, we have officially had Andrea, although it was barely a storm at all. Barry and Chantal would be the next names on the list, but we're not expecting that for the next 7 days at least. And actually, we're still watching Saharan dust come in these big plumes off the coast of Africa. So a few more rounds of this are definitely coming, it looks like, in the next couple of weeks. And often June and July are the big months for the Saharan dust. And then it starts to wane in August, and then later in the fall, it becomes much less significant. But we are still benefiting from that. 7-day forecast shows that rain chance going up and down a bit. I brought it down to about 40% on Saturday, still some scattered rain expected. And then models have early Monday, early next week, a pretty high chance of rain. So keep your eye on that Monday forecast. When we get more rain, of course, it brings our temperatures down, usually at least a bit in the afternoon. So we're looking a little more close to normal for those high temperatures by the end of this week.